Tag TV brings you daily news bulletin from India. Breaking news and views from India.
You're watching South Asia Newsline and here are the top stories we are tracking for you on Tuesday, the 17th of February. India and France vow to deepen defense ties and AI cooperation. Imran Khan's eye health sparks political row in Pakistan. And Tariq Rahman takes oath as Bangladesh PM. And now for all the details. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi and French President Emmanuel Macron held talks in Mumbai on Tuesday and reviewed progress in their strategic partnership as the two leaders signed key agreements in diverse fields. Macron is on a 3-day visit to India to take part in the AI Impact Summit. We have a report.
French President Emmanuel Macron and Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi held wide-ranging bilateral talks in Mumbai on Tuesday, focusing on expanding cooperation in trade, defense, energy, and emerging technologies. The meeting, held at Loch Baven, reviewed the steady progress of the India-France strategic partnership and charted out new areas of collaboration. Macron is on a 3-day visit to India, during which he will also attend the AI Impact Summit in New Delhi. The visit comes shortly after India cleared a major government-to-government proposal to procure 114 Rafale fighter jets from France. In another significant development, the two leaders virtually inaugurated the Tata Airbus H-125 light utility helicopter final assembly facility in India's Karnataka, further boosting defense manufacturing cooperation under the Make in India initiative.
आज हम अपने संबंधों को स्पेशल ग्लोबल स्ट्रेटेजिक पार्टनरशिप के रूप में स्थापित कर रहे हैं। यह पार्टनरशिप केवल स्ट्रेटेजिक नहीं है। आज के उथल-पुथल से भरे युग में यह ग्लोबल स्टेबिलिटी और ग्लोबल प्रोग्रेस की पार्टनरशिप है। फ्रेंड्स, आज भारत में हेलीकॉप्टर असेंबली लाइन का उद्घाटन इस गहरे विश्वास का एक और उज्जवल उदाहरण है।
The two leaders also launched the India-France Year of Innovation, aimed at strengthening collaboration between startups, researchers, and industry leaders from both countries. A digital platform for the France-India Innovation Network was also unveiled to deepen institutional and business linkages. France has been supportive of the development of stronger ties between the European Union and India because of the opportunities for its companies among India's growing middle class.
Meanwhile, India's Minister for Electronics and IT, Ashwini Vaishnav, speaking at the India AI Impact Summit, highlighted growing global confidence in India's AI and deep tech ecosystem. He said New Delhi expects over $200 billion in investments over the next 2 years, driven by strong digital public infrastructure and a robust technology framework developed under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. The minister emphasized that India's digital public infrastructure has created a scalable and inclusive model for technology adoption. Addressing concerns around deepfakes, he called for stronger regulation, warning that the threat is expanding rapidly. PM Modi inaugurated the 5-day AI Impact Summit in New Delhi, describing it as a first-of-its-kind platform in the Global South. The event brings together global leaders, industry executives, innovators, policymakers, and researchers to deliberate on critical issues including job disruption, child safety, startup growth, AI's transformative potential, and coordinated global action for responsible development.
बहुत दो तरह का इंटरेस्ट है। सबसे पहला इंटरेस्ट है इन्वेस्टमेंट का, करीब $200 बिलियन से ज्यादा इन्वेस्टमेंट की एक्सपेक्टेशन है ओवर नेक्स्ट 2 इयर्स, और वीसी डीप टेक में फंडिंग का बहुत बड़ा इंटरेस्ट है। और तीसरा जो भारत की इनोवेटिवनेस है और जो भारत का डिजिटल पब्लिक इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर है, उसके कारण, डिजिटल पब्लिक इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर के कारण देश में एक बहुत अच्छा माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी के नेतृत्व में एक टेक्नोलॉजी का फ्रेमवर्क बन चुका है। उस फ्रेमवर्क के कारण भारत में AI के डिफ्यूजन को और तेजी से आगे बढ़ाया जा सकता है।
Moving on, Pakistan's Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif met Austrian Chancellor Christian Stocker in Vienna on Monday, with both sides agreeing to further strengthen bilateral ties across trade, investment and economic cooperation. The visit, the first by a Pakistani premier to Austria since 1992, coincides with the 70th anniversary of diplomatic relations between the two countries. The two leaders reaffirmed their commitment to expand collaboration in tourism, education, IT, healthcare and human resource mobility. Sharif also addressed the Pakistan-Austria High-Level Business Roundtable, stressing that Pakistan was working with European partners to curb illegal immigration and would meet Austria's demand for internationally certified skilled labor. Sharif is also expected to meet with the leadership of the International Atomic Energy Agency, the UN Office of Drugs and Crime and the UN Industrial Development Organization to deepen cooperation in peaceful nuclear energy, counter-narcotics and crime control. Meanwhile, Pakistan's jailed former Prime Minister and PTI founder Imran Khan has become the center of fresh controversy over his eye health, with his lawyer telling the Supreme Court he has lost up to 85% vision in his right eye. The claim contrasts with the medical board report issued after his examination at Adiala jail on Sunday. The two-member board found unaided vision of 6/24 in the right eye and 6/9 in the left, improving to 6/9 partial in the right eye and 6/6 in the left with glasses. The PTI has demanded unrestricted access to Imran Khan's personal physicians, while the government maintains there is no cause for alarm. 73-year-old Imran Khan has been in jail since August 2023, serving a 14-year sentence on corruption charges. One of dozens cases he says were made up in order for the army to keep him out of politics. The military, however, denies the charge. The party, which had faced a crackdown after Imran Khan's May 2023 arrest, sparked nationwide protest against the military and emerged as the single biggest in 2024 election. But it said rigging robbed it of more seats to help other parties form a coalition government under Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif, accusations that Sharif and his allies deny.
जुल्म सितम की ये इंतहा है कि उनके बुनियादी हुकूक उनसे छीन लिए गए हैं। इस वक्त जो है उनकी आंख जो है वो जेल में बाकायदा ज़ाया हुई है। वो कब से तिब्बी इलाज जो वो चाह रहे थे, उसका मुतालबा कर रहे थे, उसको पूरा नहीं किया गया। उनके जो कंसेंट फॉर्म है, जो उनको जो ट्रीटमेंट किया गया, वो भी गलत था क्योंकि उसमें उनके ख़ानदान की कंसेंट शामिल नहीं थी। दुनिया में ये कहीं नहीं होता। ये बहुत ख़तरनाक प्रेसिडेंट्स है जो कि ये जाली हुकूमत सेट कर रही है और ये इंतहाई गैर कानूनी हरकत है। हमारी लीडर के जान को खतरा है और इस वक्त जो है हमारा मुतालबा है कि उनको उनके जो कहे जो जिनको वो पैनल जिनका उन्होंने बात की है उसके जरिए उनका इलाज और मुआयना कराया जाए, उनके खानदान को उनसे मिलने दिया जाए, रसाई दी जाए।
And Tariq Rahman was sworn in as Bangladesh Prime Minister on Tuesday, marking the return of an elected government after 18 months of interim rule following the 2024 uprising that toppled Sheikh Hasina. President Mohammad Shahabuddin administered the oath of office to Rahman hours after newly elected lawmakers took their seats in the parliament. The Bangladesh Nationalist Party formally elected Rahman as its parliamentary leader, clearing the way for him to assume office. 60-year-old Rahman returned to Bangladesh in December after 17 years in exile in Britain and led the BNP-led coalition to a landslide victory in the February 12 elections, securing 212 seats. He has pledged to store stability, rebuild investor confidence, and revive growth in the country of 170 million people, a global hub of garment exports. The Jamaat-e-Islami led alliance won 77 seats and said it would serve as a vigilant and principled opposition, even as it challenged results in several constituencies.
I think he will concentrate on democratic culture and he will get the interest of the people. He will think always the interest of the people and the people will be the owner of this country. He will run in that way, and I think there will be huge changes. Huge changes will happen according to the BNP government, and they will get some new culture, and our political culture will be changed, and we can get lots of improvement than the previous government, and in economy, in our culture, in our education, and everything will be changed, and we'll see a new Bangladesh, inshallah.
And the Jammu and Kashmir Sports Council on Monday organized the first ever Snow Sports Festival in Sonmarg region in India's Jammu and Kashmir, aimed at promoting winter sports and boosting tourism in the region. The event witnessed enthusiastic participation from nearly 200 children who took part in a variety of sporting activities against the scenic snow-covered backdrop of Sonmarg. Events included football, cricket, volleyball, snowshoeing, tug-of-war, kho-kho and kabaddi, turning the picturesque destination into a vibrant sporting arena. Participants described the event as a fun-filled and refreshing experience. Many said they not only enjoyed the games but also appreciated the opportunity to explore the natural beauty of the region.
या मैंने खुद पार्टिसिपेट किया, बहुत मज़ा आया। बच्चों ने एडवेंचर के साथ साथ जो यहाँ पे मतलब पार्टिसिपेट भी किया और यहाँ का जो नज़ारा है यहाँ का उसका भी लुत्फ़ उठाया। जैसे कि यहाँ पे 7 गेमें ऐसी थी जिसमें बच्चों ने पार्टिसिपेट किया, फुटबॉल, क्रिकेट, वॉलीबॉल, स्नो शो, टग ऑफ वॉर, खो खो और कबड्डी। तो बहुत अच्छा लगा यहाँ पार्टिसिपेट करके और हम शुक्रगुजार हैं स्पोर्ट्स काउंसिल की या जो हमारी सेक्रेटरी मैम हैं सेक्रेटरी स्पोर्ट्स काउंसिल की कि उन्होंने ऐसे इवेंट से ऑर्गेनाइज़ किए या ऐसी जो मतलब फेस्टिवल स्पोर्ट्स फेस्टिवल हम बोल सकते हैं कि ये यहाँ पे ऑर्गेनाइज़ किया ताकि बच्चे यहाँ आने के साथ साथ एक तो एडवेंचर का भी ये लुत्फ़ उठाए इस खूबसूरत हसीन जगह का और प्लस वो पार्टिसिपेट करे इस फेस्टिवल में।
That's all in tonight's edition. We will see you same time tomorrow. Good night.
Tag TV brings you daily news bulletin from India. Breaking news and views from India.